welcome to our talk show. Today, we're gonna talk about International Women's Day, which is around the corner. I'm Anna, and joining me today are two lovely teachers, Mr. Kevin and Ms. Gillian. Could you please introduce yourself?
Yeah, my name is Gillian. I'm from Texas, and I lived in Vietnam for the last 2.5 years, teaching English in Vietnam.
Yes, and as she said, my name is Kevin. I'm also from Texas. Coincidentally, we have the same hometown.
Yeah.
And I've been living in Vietnam for about 2.5 years as well, and been teaching at TalkFirst for, I guess, 8 months now.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. So you know, International Women's Day is coming real close. Are you excited?
Yes.
Yes, okay. Yes. Right. So today we're gonna talk about that special day and also some related topics, which are gender equality and feminism.
Great.
Right.
Yeah.
So without further ado, let's get started.
Great.
Right. The first question, a little bit challenging. Do you know when and how International Women's Day started? Gillian, you go first.
All right. So, from what I've read on the internet, National Women's Day occurred in the United States on the 28th of February, where the Socialist Party in America decided to designate this day to honor women's rights against harsh working conditions due to the 1908 women's strike in New York.
Oh, so it's like February, right? Not March.
Yeah.
Yeah. Currently, the actual day for International Women's Day is March 8th. And that came from Russia. I believe it was March 8th, 1917. Tens of thousands of Russian women went into the streets to protest for change. And this is what eventually led for them to have the ability to vote.
Ah, interesting.
Yeah.
So actually the US was the first country to have a national day for the women, but actually it was Russia that chose the day.
That's right.
March
Yeah.
8th.
That's right.
Oh, the more you know. Okay,
Yeah.
thank you.
More you know.
Okay, thank you. Right. Number 3. In your opinion, what's the purpose of International Women's Day?
Well, I think it's to celebrate the progress that has been made for women in terms of, societal change, political change, economic change, but also to push for more change all across the world.
Okay, how about you, Julia?
Yeah, to me it's the same thing. I think it's just a call to action for us to rise up and fight for equal rights for men and women.
Okay. So, what do people in the US usually do on this day? To celebrate International Women's Day?
Yeah, well, on a personal level, it's never been much of a celebration. I'm aware of the day, and usually I will, say something great to my friends or something like that. But it's never been a big day for celebration for me. I think in terms of maybe at a government level or something like that, they do try to push for some kind of change and try to have some kind of, celebration of progress that women have made already.
Yeah, from what I've seen, it's not as big of an event as it is here in Vietnam, where you have flowers and gifts for all the women. But I think in America, such as California, you have people marching in the protests to really support and encourage women's rights.
So in the US, it's like it doesn't seem to be a celebration in which you give the presents to women, but it's an occasion on which you try to raise the awareness of gender equality.
I would say so, yeah. Yeah, that's right.
Okay, nice. So, actually, in Vietnam, in general, the government and the society also see International Women's Day as an occasion on which we're gonna appreciate the achievements of women, and also we try to raise the awareness of gender equality. But in the household that I come from, lots of people doesn't seem to know the ultimate purpose of this day. Let's take an example. So many men in my family, both extended family and nuclear family, right? On this day, they gonna shower their wives with lots of gifts, flowers, and sweet words, right? Some of them even take over the household chores on that day only, right?
Oh.
But when after International Women's Day, everything goes back to normal. Yeah, they go on leaving all the household chores to their wives. Some of them, actually many of them, continue sticking with the men are always right attitude and mindset, right?
Well, you got one day.
Yeah, you give a list day.
One day
Like
of the
women,
year.
one day in a year. Unless women get one day a year. Okay, just
Yeah.
kidding. But actually, like I do appreciate their efforts in pleasing their wives and
Yeah.
the
Sure.
women surrounding them on
Sure.
that day.
Mhm.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's move on to the next question. Okay, so now let's spice up the conversation, the discussion with some questions about gender equality and feminism.
Great.
Right.
Ooh.
Okay, so do you think that women and men are treated equally in the US? You want to go first?
Yeah, I'll take that one first.
Okay.
In my personal opinion, no. And I think that's the case everywhere in the world. Not only in the US, not only in Vietnam, but pretty much everywhere. And I say that because when you look at how much women are paid compared to men doing the same job, it's significantly lower. When you look at people who are in positions of power, the vast majority of them are men. And I think this is the case almost anywhere in the world. So in my opinion, no, it's not. We haven't achieved equality at this point,
Yeah.
but it has improved in the last 50 or 100 years. Yes.
Oh, so that's a sad reality.
Yes, unfortunately.
Okay.
However,
Okay.
Mr. Kevin and I are from Austin, Texas, which, if you don't know, is a very progressive and liberal city. A lot of people there kind of think, like, I would say, very modernly.
Yeah.
And so looking from like a government standpoint, I would say that gender equality is not there. All the politicians are still, male. But looking at like maybe a citizen level, you would see there is like changes happening. Like looking at university students really standing up and speaking for their rights. So I do believe that the next generation of people will have more rights.
Yeah, so it's kind of like promising.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hopeful.
Yeah, hopeful.
Yeah.
Yes, definitely. Right?
Mm.
So aren't you guys gonna ask me some questions about Vietnam?
How about Vietnam?
Okay. Talking about gender equality in Vietnam. First of all, talking about the government, I do believe that they have always been putting their back into ensuring that all of the citizens, regardless of their gender, are given the rights, the equal rights and opportunities to pursue happiness and prosperity. Right. So, however, the society still dwells some, stereotypes, some gender norms that restrict the potential and the dreams of women. For example, many people still believe that if you are a girl or if you are a woman, like you don't really need, higher education, or you don't need to advance your career. Your main role is to stay home, to get married, give birth to children, you take care of your family, which is another sad reality. Okay.
So I would like to follow up on that.
Yeah.
Do you think in the future this will change? Has it been changing in the recent past? And do you think 10 or 20 years from now this is going to be different?
So actually, sure, it's been changing. It's been changed. Yeah. So nowadays there are a lot of kind of like organizations and supporters that are very dynamic in pursuing, gender equality. And I hope in the future they will have more kind of like flying leads in the pursuit of gender equality.
Hopefully.
Yeah. Hopefully.
Yeah.
They're trying their best.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
I
Well,
have
actually,
hope for
we,
Vietnam.
because I'm a part. I'm a supporter of gender equality.
Yes.
Okay.
I can see it in you.
Yeah, you can see the energy, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So thank you for sharing. And number 6. So now we move to feminism, right? First, how do you guys define feminism?
Yeah, feminism, I think, is not as complicated as people make it out to be. For me, a simple definition would just be fighting for equal opportunity for both men and women. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. It should be a simple definition.
Yeah.
having men and women being treated equally, giving fair opportunity, stuff like this. It's quite simple, and I think that by complicating it, you kind of turn people off from it. And making it simple is the best way to do it, and I think that that's how it should be.
I don't like complicated things, so thank you.
Yeah.
Okay. Right. So number 7, the next one. Do you think feminism is important?
The true feminism, it's really just understand that woman is not seen less than man. Like, women are equal people. I believe in God. I believe that God created men and women equally. But somehow I think culture has made out women to be less than. That men are just seen as, more masculine and more powerful, more stronger. And you will say, like, run like a girl, and suddenly you run like so girly. And it's almost offensive to me,
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is important.
Can't agree more.
Yeah, I agree that feminism is important based off the definition that we just gave on being treated equally. I mean, who wouldn't want to accept that, So yeah, I think it's important, and I think that it's going to play a bigger role going into the future as well. Yeah, I think especially men, maybe they get intimidated by the word feminism. And I think a lot of that has to do with mistakes that were made in the past, but we should learn from those mistakes. And I don't think that men should be, afraid of this word or afraid of people who identify as a feminist. Feminist? Yes, that's right.
Yes.
Now I'm confused.
Okay. It's okay.
Yeah, but I think that, we should learn from the mistakes that we made in the past and try not to repeat them. And that's something that men in general have to work on. Yeah.
Just by saying that you're the Mr. Right. Okay, just kidding. Just kidding. We have come to the end of our talk show today. We hope you enjoyed the video, and we would like to wish all the lovely women out there not just a happy International Women's Day, but a happy life, right? And we hope that whether you're a man or a woman, right, you one day, sooner or later, you will be able to live in a gender inequality-free society. See ya!